Chad Weitzenkamp with Weitzenkamp Farms is our corporation. There's myself, my brother, and my cousin, and my one uncle is still partially involved, retired. But so we grow corn, soybeans, feed cattle, obviously. We feed 100% of our corn crop that we grow back to the livestock. It's been in our family since 1942 is when the corporation started. So.
Well, since I was a child, we've doubled in size, easy.
There's 9 of us here that are full-time employed. So I'd be the 3rd generation here. I have my one son here. Bob has his son here working. We run close to 4,000 acres of corn and soybeans. So it's fun to see hopefully it continues on after we're retired, that the boys will keep it going. And a lot of history, A lot of the soybeans are marketed in Fremont at the processing plant. Otherwise, everything is pretty much stored on farm. Well, we're marketing all of our corn through the livestock, and so it goes back to the table in the households. We do a lot of commercial feeding of cattle. We feed some of our own and take the manure and put it back on the farm ground, for nutrients. I think we all enjoy what we do. Sometimes the weekends, holidays get to be long, but just seeing, feeding the corn back to the cattle and watching the cattle grow and seeing the end product, knowing that you're feeding the world. We have probably 6 or 7 packing houses that come through, and we sell them to the packing houses. We feed some specialty cattle, wagyu beef.
Here we have about 5,000 head of wagyu beef, and then we also feed conventional cattle, a couple thousand head of them.
So we're getting to have a lot of them on feed. It's kind of a specialty meat. They're a lot longer fed, not pushed quite as hard to the finished product. There's a lot of marbling in the wagyu meat that makes them very tender. Your steak will be very, very tender. Compared to some of the other cattle we feed, they're all very good, don't get me wrong, but it's just a different way of feeding. A little slower fed, and it's the breed too. It was just getting harder and harder to make profitability on the conventional beef. So you try to look for some sort of niche market to help the profitability. It's processed in Omaha, is where it is. Where it goes from there, some of it's exported, and a lot of it goes to the coast, I think, to a little more higher end restaurants than maybe what we have around here. We pull in some feed products from the ethanol plants, from Cargill and Jackson distillers and Sweet Brand. So that's, we're using products out of them plants also to feed the cattle. A very good feed. Of our hay and stuff from local farmers here. It all probably comes within 20 miles of here. We know the producers. We get the cattle from a producer, that raises the cattle, and they're coming in, I'd say 400 to 450, and then we finish the cattle here. But they come from all over the United States. To us, and then we finish the product. It's the work ethic has to be there. I've told my kids, don't do it unless you love it, because the pay probably isn't as good as you're going to get in town, but if you enjoy it, it's worth it.